Welcome back. Yes, you are very correct. Janet is in the house. Janet Adetu, etiquette coach. Morning, Janet.
Good morning, Auntie. Very good to see you.
I'm glad to be back.
You're welcome back.
Thank you.
Good to see you. You're looking great.
And you will not welcome me back.
Oh, of course.
Please welcome me back.
Welcome
You've been
back.
here. You're welcome back.
So we're looking at...
Interesting. Today we're actually going to be talking about WhatsApp etiquette. I think it's something that's really important. It's the next best thing that has happened since BBM, right? And it's a great thing to have. It's very useful, I believe. But we all have experiences, I'm sure. With WhatsApp, I think it's for everybody. Even my 70-year-old parents, they're experts at sending WhatsApp messages. Of course, we had to teach them. But, you know, it's really a good way to connect, especially if you're far and wide and the family is all over the place, even with friends as well. But the truth is, what is WhatsApp really about? And let's not go out of context in using it, because sometimes we're seeing all different things. People are using WhatsApp in all manners. But what is WhatsApp? It's just a messaging. It's a system that we can use to send messages to contacts on our phone individually, and even then to groups of people. Send one message to a group of people or a number of people all at the same time, and that's why it's really good, and that's why it's efficient. And we like to share information all the time, but information that we share now is where the bone of contention comes with WhatsApp. I want to start by saying creating a WhatsApp contact. First of all, it's known knowledge rather that that person has to be on your contact list before you can even create a contact, a WhatsApp contact with them. You've got to have their number. But how are we doing this? Well, sometimes it's a case of you want to send a quick message to the person. You're saying, are you on WhatsApp? Can I send the message to you on WhatsApp? So you're expecting it. And when you're trying to create a group as well, you need to be very sensitive. So sometimes we have a group of friends, old school mates, you name it. There's so many groups now, even agricultural groups, you name it. And then we now say, let's form a WhatsApp group, and you've almost like gotten the consent of everybody, because that's the best way to communicate and it's the fastest way. But when you now find
Did you say consent?
Yes.
What I find in most cases is that people form groups and they just add you on.
Yes, so I'm even talking about a group of friends that now say, let's have a WhatsApp group because we think it's a faster way to communicate. And almost immediately you're like, yes, everybody's agreeing. So an indirect way of consenting to the WhatsApp group. And it's because we all share common mindsets and we all share the same thoughts.
Yeah.
But when you now get a message that you can clearly see is a group message, somebody has added you on randomly, you don't even know the person, and then you get this random WhatsApp message. It's actually impolite to do that, to just send a message to someone that you don't know because they're on your contact list. Sometimes you're even wondering, how did I get onto your contact list? Sometimes you can't even see the person that is sending the message to you, and therefore you now automatically see a lot of people deleting at the same time. It doesn't make you look good. When you add people, even if they are your friends, sometimes you need to tell them, look, I'm creating another WhatsApp group. I would like to add your name. Is that okay by you?
Yeah.
Because I've seen a few people that I do know. They've created a WhatsApp group randomly. I don't know anyone else on that on that group. I'm just there, and then you get all sorts of messages in between. You still see some people having personal chats, and you're like, what's this all about? And you then find people deleting themselves. It's not good on you as well. It means that you clearly did not get their consent before you added them onto that WhatsApp group, and therefore you really need to be very sensitive. You also have to be mindful of the size of the group, because if it's for good intent, not a problem. But if you now have a group of people that there are 200 people on that WhatsApp group, you wake up in the morning and you find 100 and something WhatsApp messages, you're like, what's going on? Am I supposed to go? Yeah, and that's why you get some people, they're totally put off by some WhatsApp messages. They have like 1,000 there. They can't be bothered to go through it and delete it, and they therefore tell you, look, my WhatsApp thing is blocked, don't bother sending me any message. And it's because too many people are adding you on, and you don't even have the time of the day to answer them. And don't forget, we're on so many WhatsApp platforms for different reasons, so you literally have to create time now to go through some of them. Some of them you flick through, and I'll say why. Some of them, they're important, you answer, but how much time are you going to spend on WhatsApp when you have clearly a whole day to get through doing more productive things, you know. You have to watch the size. Again, sending a message. How do you send a message? I think we all have stories there today. The time of the day is important. Some people send a message in the morning, they send one in the afternoon, they also send one in the evening. Is there any need for that?
Janet, if it's a message, is okay. They're sending you
they're
videos.
saying, hello. No, I'm even saying, it's like, hi guys, are you okay? It's afternoon, hi guys, oh, I'm going to bed, you know.
Oh, gee.
That is not necessary. The length of your message is also important. Some people are actually sending you messages early in the morning, and it's as long as you can think of. And are you supposed to read all of that early in the morning like that? I mean, you're wondering, why send this message at this time of the day? Maybe it's a weekend message. Maybe it's a message that, honestly speaking, you're wondering, I don't have the time to send this message. It's not really worth it. It's too long. Spam messages as well. Are you vetting your messages before you actually forward to other people? So some people get messages because it came on one platform. Some people are happy to share something new on another platform. They then send it. They don't know if it is true. They don't know if it is hoax. They don't bother to check the length of the message. And you really have to be sensitive to who you're sending some of these messages to. Some people just don't like that. Chain messages. You must send to 10 people. If you don't send to 10 people, this is what's going to happen. Chain messages are sensitive, especially when they have instructions at the end. A lot of people have taught themselves now to ignore or even delete. But you know, you have to be sensitive again. Delete. Is it relevant to the platform? Is it relevant to the person that you're sending it to? I always say KISS. Keep it short and simple with messages. Be mindful of the kind of message you're sending to people. Smiley faces are good to use, but use them effectively. Don't do like 1,000 kisses, you know. And because people are like, okay, we got the message, you know.
I think we got the message after the second kiss.
You got to check your source of information before you send it. So sometimes people will tell you, yes, it's good. They're looking for a child. They're telling you, please help us pray for this person. And you're sending it like 2 weeks too late because the child has been found. Now that happens all the time. So you have to be very sensitive. If it's a group as well, a lot of groups are telling us now, this group chat is for this reason. For certain messages like this, let's take it out of the group. And the reason is because you're being bombarded with information that is not relevant to that group. And you need to understand that. Is it relevant to the group? Okay, we all like a bit of humor and laughter, no problem, but it still has to have relevance. If the group was set up for a particular reason, because it's important, why is the group set up in the first place? Be sensitive to the information that you share there. Don't send hoax information, and don't send at ungodly hours. So for instance, now it's okay. It's somebody's birthday. You send it at midnight, and before you wake up, so many people that are presumably sleeping, before you know it, they are sending so many messages, pictures and all of that. You're like, okay, I've been woken up to something that is not relevant.
That is something that really freaks me out. And I say to myself, don't people sleep anymore? At 2 o'clock in the morning, WhatsApp messages are coming in. Sometimes I want to reply, please go to sleep.
Yeah. What about when you receive a message? Now, in receiving a message as well, sometimes you find some people, they just don't respond, even when it's a one-on-one message. I always wonder too, why don't people respond to certain messages, especially if there's a question at the end?
But well, maybe, well, I'll use an example of what I received. I received some messages that the sender or senders did not